Hi, my name is Anxhela and I work on board the ship as director's personal assistant. Right now, we are in Rio de Janeiro. As the home of one of the seven wonders and a city rich with culture, our visit to Rio was highly anticipated by our crew, and Logos Hope was met with an amazing response from local people. The mayor of Rio de Janeiro opened us to the public, and on the weekends, we've seen more than 10,000 people coming on board in a single day. A subculture sprang up around the long queues as local vendors set up shops to cater to the crowd, selling popcorns, coconuts and various other things. Our book fair staff have been very busy in this port. After each long shift, they encourage each other with stories of the transformation God has worked in visitors' life throughout the day.
Today, in the Journey of Life, one of the ambassadors was sharing the story about a prodigal son to a family, and in the end of the story he could see the people, they were about to cry, and he asked if he can pray for them. And they said, yes, please, because one of their sons was addicted to drugs, and during this story, he understood like how good is God and how great is His love, and he wants to accept Jesus. So all of the family accepted Jesus in the end of the journey of life.
Our ministry is not confined within our ship. Every day, teams are sent into the community to share our hope. We found many people living on the streets in Rio. People who are often overlooked and feel disregarded. Crew were able to share the gospel with them and explain that Jesus considers them precious.
I was talking to this one lady and I was telling her how precious she was, how valuable and how much worth she has in the eyes of God. And it was in that moment that she started to cry that I realized what it means to be living on the street. I was able to pray with her and she accepted Jesus into her life, and I gave her a Bible. And I really pray that as she reads through that Bible that she will continue to see Jesus in her life and continue to seek Him.
A team partnered with an organization that rescues and rehabilitates people who are addicted to drugs. It was a joy for our team to see the power of God to completely transform lives for good.
Eu sou Wagner.
I'm Wagner, and today I'm a missionary of Cristolandia. I was reached through Cristolandia 2 years and 5 months ago. I lived on the street and I was homeless. I was destroyed because of drugs and a life of prostitution. But Cristolandia changed the story of my life. I was welcomed. I have never heard words of prejudice. I have never been treated differently. On the contrary, people loved me and they still love me. And this made all the difference in my life. I started to understand that this love comes from Jesus. And then I started to know Jesus. Jesus started to His work, His great work.
We went first to the men's center, then to the women's. There, we listened to their stories and how they found hope in Christ. We shared how they are valued by God and encouraged them to continue growing their relationships with Him. Then we prayed together, as brothers and sisters.
It truly is amazing how God can take something broken and bring new life out of it. These were just few of the highlights of our visit in Rio de Janeiro, and we know that God will continue to work among the people this ministry has impacted here. We look forward to see what He has planned for us next as we make our way to our next port, Vitória.